Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaura Premanande Hari. Year after year, to visit you, to enjoy your association, to get inspiration from your dedication. Yes. And thank you for the wonderful garlands. And although there is always little problem with that, because during my initiation I gave a promise to my spiritual master to never take intoxications. But when I smell this garland, I always get intoxicated. It smells so nice, and I don't know what to do. Shall I accept garland and get intoxicated? Or shall I refuse garland and follow the regulative principles? And also, it's another risk. It's risk for your ego. It gets puffed up. As soon as you get garland, your ego thinks, oh, look how famous I am. So, Krishna consciousness is like always a challenge. Challenge to be in the right mood, in the right bhav. And this bhav, this mood is Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nityadas, eternal servant of Lord Krishna. And when we are in that proper mood and mentality, then everything is just fine. So then, even garland, so fragrant as this, doesn't intoxicate you, because you understand, I'm just a servant. And in the name of Spiritual Master, in the name of Srila Prabhupada, we accept things favorable in devotional service. So one of the favorable things is that stuff which I got this year, February 21st, during the initiation in Shri Dham Mayapur. And then one Maharaj told that this is, from now on, this is your BMW. Yes. This is body, mind, and words. Body, mind, and words. Dedicated to the service of the Lord. So it is BMW, body, mind, and words. Yes. And I just came from Siberia. Siberia is the country right below us. If you screw the globe directly, so it's there, because it's 12 hours difference. It's just under us. Yeah? And if when I tell them I am going to Canada, they say, oh, they are under us. So, everyone is proud of his situation. Yeah. But it's on the other side of a globe. And we had 2 wonderful japa retreats there. Japa retreats when devotees also rent some hall. And for 4 days, for the weekend, extended weekend, 4 days, they gather together and we dive purposely in the chanting of the holy name. These retreats are dedicated to increase our taste for the chanting of the holy name, to increase our consciousness regarding the glory of the holy name. And we have usually 3 days of workshops, like from the very morning, from the Mangal Arati, through the morning program up to the Bhagavatam class and breakfast. Right after that, we start our workshop seminar sessions, which goes throughout the day, with just breakfast and lunch breaks. And then from 6 at night, we have like kirtan session up till 9:30. So there is one city, Kemerovo. We had like 100, 150 devotees participating, local devotees.
What is the name, Maharaj?
Sorry?
What is the name of the country?
Siberia. Russia.
It's Russia.
Russia, Siberia.
Russia, and part of Russia is Siberia. So it's a place somewhere in nowhere. It's like a wild nature. It's something like if you would go to Canada to north, towards Alaska, something like that. When in Canada nobody resides there, but in Russia there are million inhabited cities, big cities. So Novosibirsk is the capital of Siberia, and we visited a couple of smaller cities where there are devotees. They do have their centers or temples. And another city is Irkutsk. It's a big city, Irkutsk, and it's near the Baikal Lake. Baikal Lake is the biggest reservoir in the world of fresh water. It's so clean that you can drink it. And even summertime, it means like 2 months a year. It's July, August. So sometimes the air temperature may rise up to 28 Celsius. So it's maybe 80 Fahrenheit. But the water is still just little above freezing. Water is cold like anything because the lake is like, maybe 150 kilometers long and maybe 50 kilometers wide, and it's very deep. Nobody knows how deep is it. It's very deep. So that's why the water never gets warm. It's always like freezing cold. And in summertime, you cannot really swim. You can just dip and shoot out because it's freezing cold. But it's fresh. You can drink it. It's like a water well. Clean, pure water. So there is also a city nearby, big city, and the devotees have a wonderful temple there, and they take very nice care of their deities, Shishikovarintai. And we had also retreat for another weekend, for 4 days, and usually 3 days of workshops, and last day, 4th day, is our 64-round day. It's like a Mauna Brata day. Devotees don't speak anything, no business, no talk. just chanting, just chanting. So from 6 in the morning till 6 at night, all devotees, all participants, 100, 150 devotees, just in the temple room, chant all day long. So no talk, just holy name. And at 6 o'clock, we have Gaura Arati and we have Kirtan, evening Kirtan session. So, and then we round up the retreat, and everyone is just flying. They don't walk anymore. They're so in bliss, so inspired, encouraged, because that gives us a perspective of extending our boundaries. Yeah? Many devotees never chanted 64 rounds, and they didn't imagine it's possible. Yeah? If I would tell, okay, tomorrow we'll come together and chanting 64 rounds, oops, maybe just one Prabhu would come out of loyalty. Yeah, but it's it's a challenge. But because devotees come and have a 3 days preparatory workshops, increasing confidence, consciousness, getting broader knowledge of the glory of the holy name, then they get determination. Okay, let's do it, let's try. And amazingly enough to see that, yes, it's possible. Everyone can do it. And this was the initial desire of His Divine Grace, Bhakti Swarupa Caitanya Swami, where he initially set the standard for devotees 64 rounds. But Mukunda Maharaj, he approached once Prabhupada and said, sorry, Srila Prabhupada, we are not managing, we can't chant 64 rounds, no way, sorry. So Srila Prabhupada said, okay, 32. And Mukunda Maharaj said, Swamiji, Guruji, sorry, we will not be able to chant 32 rounds daily, round the year. So Srila Prabhupada made a concession, okay. 16, but no less. So he said that actually I am 90% lenient than my spiritual master, more merciful than by chanting 16 rounds, we are getting mercy of all parampara through the mercy of His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. But we have to know that it's a great pleasure for Srila Prabhupada to see that we are making our attempts. Yeah? We are trying. Increase standards of our devotional service. Yeah? Don't sleep on the glory of 16 rounds. Yeah? Thinking, oh, it's okay. No. When we extend our standards, broaden our standards, Krishna also is very happy and steps forward. He says, I am responding to the devotee as far as he is devoting himself to me. So we just love to show that Krishna, we are ready for sacrifice, to form sacrifice for the pleasure of yours. So Krishna is very happy. He's very happy when we increase our standards of devotion. And we ourselves see that, there is deeper taste, more subtle taste for that. That by chanting 64 rounds, there is one nice realization which comes. That mind pacifies only after 16 rounds. And then only with a peaceful mind you chant the rest of the rounds. So how much bliss is hidden there for us? Yes? How much bliss and how much nectar, how much ruchi, taste is if there. We accept the challenge. Accept the challenge. So it's always like we know that on 29th of May, there is a Pandav Nirjal, Pandav Ekadashi. It's also a very, very nice day for the devotees to commit ourselves, increasing devotional standards. Because otherwise, we struggle with our 16th round and we think, oh, that's it. No, we accept challenge, we chant more, we experience more mercy. Krishna opens himself more. So it's always very good. So today I chose one very interesting, one of my favorite shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. It's all about surrender. How to understand how far I am surrendered to Lord Krishna. And Krishna discloses this secret to Arjuna, how to understand. How much do you believe in me? So this is the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 19th shloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yes, we can open 15, 19, 612 page number. If we have the same edition of Bhagavad Gita,
612.
612 page. Yes? Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam.
Janati purushottamam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sa sarvavid mam.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam.
Janati purushottamam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Please, we can chant.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam.
Janati purushottamam.
Sasarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam.
Janati purushottamam.
Sa sarvavid bhajate mam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Yes.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam.
Janati purushottamam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Mataji's.
Yomam
Okay.
Yeah.
Chant, chant.
Yomam evam asamudho
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam
Janati purushottamam.
Sa sarva vid bhajati mam
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Mataji's, please.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam.
Janati purushottamam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata. Yo mam evam asamudho.
Janati purushottamam.
Janati purushottamam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam.
Sarva Sarvabhavena Bharata.
Sarvabhavena Bharata.
Yaha,
Yaha,
anyone who,
anyone who,
mam, me,
me,
evam, thus, asamudha, without a doubt, janati, knows, purusha uttamam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, saha, he, sarvavid, the knower of everything, bhajati, renders devotional service, mam, unto me, sarvabhavina, in all respects, bharata, O son of Bharata. Translation and purport of His Divine Grace is Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharat. Purport. There are many philosophical speculations about the constitutional position of the living entities and the absolute truth, the supreme absolute truth. Now in this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead clearly explains that anyone who knows Lord Krishna to be the Supreme Person is actually the knower of everything. So the imperfect knower goes on simply speculating about the absolute truth, but the perfect knower, without wasting his valuable time, engages directly in Krishna consciousness and the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Throughout the whole Bhagavad Gita, this fact is being stressed at every step. And still, there are so many stubborn commentators on Bhagavad Gita who consider the Supreme Absolute Truth and the living entities to be one and the same. Vedic knowledge is called Shruti, learning by oral perception. One should actually receive the Vedic messages from authorities like Krishna and his representatives. Here Krishna distinguishes everything very nicely, and one should hear from this source. Simply to hear like the hogs is not sufficient. One must be able to understand from the authorities. It is not that one should simply speculate academically. One should submissively hear from Bhagavad Gita that these living entities are always subordinate to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So anyone who is able to understand this, according to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, knows the purpose of the Vedas. No one else knows the purpose of the Vedas. The word bhajati is very significant. In many places, the word bhajati is expressed in relationship with the service of the Supreme Lord. So if a person is engaged in full Krishna consciousness in the devotional service of the Lord, it is to be understood that he has understood all the Vedic knowledge. So in Vaishnava Parampara, it is said that if one is engaged in the devotional service of Krishna, then there is no need for any other spiritual process for understanding the Supreme Absolute Truth. He has already come to the point because he is engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. So he has ended all preliminary processes of understanding. But if anyone, after speculating for hundreds of thousands of lives, does not come to the point that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that one has to surrender there, all his speculations for so many years and lives is a useless waste of time. Yomam evam asamudho janat purushottamam sasarvavid bhajatimam sarva bhavena bharata. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharat. Om Gyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Chakshurat Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sattamaram Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padansa Shri Shri Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Vastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Davanishwari Vrishabhana Sudari Pranamana Haripriye Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vehevacha Patidana Pavavya Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, dear Vaishnavas, thank you very much for coming tonight to this program, and thank you for the opportunity to read together the nectarian words of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada's purpose, and the words of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna's, where he appeals to Arjuna saying that very interesting point. Yes, Srila Prabhupada mentions that the word budgeting is very important. Yes, it's like bhaj, bha, is the word, the root of the word which speaks about bhakti, loving devotional service, bhajati, devoting yourself through the process of devotional service in the mood of seva to Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the point which Lord Shri Krishna is making here to make Arjuna aware of his supreme position, saying that the one who has no doubts that I am Supreme Lord, what is the natural result? Is that such a person, bhajati, he fully engages himself in devotional service to me. So let us think about what does it mean fully? What does it mean? Fully engaged in devotional service. What could that mean?
Like mind, body and intellect.
Yes, mind, body and words, BMW. Yes. And what else could mean fully?
Unconditionally.
Unconditionally, yes. It's winter or summer. I am tired or not. I am sick or healthy. Unconditionally. Then what could mean else?
In everything
You know
that
everything.
you do.
Sorry?
You know everything. Who surrender, he know everything.
Yes, consciously. But what else could mean? Fully. What means fully?
Leaving everything behind. Leaving all the worries, everything.
Yes.
Just focus on the devotional service of the Lord.
For how long?
Fully surrender that means.
Yes, for how long?
All the time.
For the rest of your life.
How
Fully
long?
mean completely.
How long during the day?
24 hours.
Yes, this is what I wanted to hear. Yes, 24-hour day. So, what type of a devotee surrenders himself 24-hour a day for the devotional service? And the Lord, who has no doubts, who is not doubting in what? That Krishna is supreme. Yes. So, now let's take a look into our lives. how many hours we are able to dedicate in serving the Lord daily. Usually not 24 hours. Some lucky soul, 22 hours. 20, 18, 16, 10, 8, 4, 2. Yes, it's closer to the truth. Yeah, we chant our japa, yeah, and if we do at home puja, then we have to deal with our mundane duties. Yeah? So when I read the shloka, I thought that I have no doubts that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. But considering my surrender, that I am not fully engaged in devotional service. Yeah, I am engaged partially. Yeah? Some free time, or even to squeeze free time, well, sometimes it's a challenge. Yeah? So, what logic is there? What conclusion I should draw? If I am not engaged fully in devotional service to the Lord, what it means?
We don't know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality.
We have doubts. Yes, we have doubts. And consciously, we may think, no, I don't have doubts. But Krishna then says, so why you don't surrender fully? If you don't have doubts, why you don't surrender fully 24 hours a day for the rest of your life? Still you have some duties, and that means you have some excuses. Huh? So that means doubts. Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, he had no doubts. Yes? That's why he was fully round the clock busy organizing preaching, organizing the engagement of the devotees in devotional service. So when we read his words, we think, oh yes, me too, I don't have doubts. But information and realization is not the same thing. Yeah? So many people in the world may know Krishna, may know that he is God, but still don't surrender. Huh? They may think, oh, Krishna, he is God. Okay, let him be. He is God? Okay, let him be God. But what about surrender? Well, I have so many duties in my life. So this falls under the category of doubting. Yes. Another thing, just look. Another thing, bhajati means surrendering. And doubting, do you remember which term was used in Sanskrit? Doubting? Asamudha. Asamudha means without doubting. So, in other words, a devotee who has no doubts that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is asamudha. So, on the other hand, the devotee who has, neophyte devotee, who has doubts about Krishna's supremacy, how he is called? Sorry for bad news. Yeah? Mudha. It's like a fool. The one who has doubts, unfortunately, he is fool, because there is no reason to have the doubts. Yes? But still, because of our attachment, because of our conditioning, well, we heard, we read, we follow in the footsteps of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and on the level of information, we have no doubts. But on the level of surrender and understanding, realizations, there are doubts. So therefore, sometimes devotees are asking, where should I take my enthusiasm for chanting? Yes. Where do I have to? Where do I have to take enthusiasm to come to the program? Friday night, Scarborough, ISKCON Scarborough Temple. Where should I take inspiration, enthusiasm to come? Where from?
From the association.
From association. That means we have to really value the satsang, the association of the Vaishnavas. Because, why? What it gives for us? What we gain from association.
It always keeps in the mode of goodness.
Yes, it gives us inspiration because together it's much more easy and pleasurable to chant. Yes? To chant at home in your room alone, even with your deities, is not so inspiring as coming together and get inspiration from each other. Yes? It's Krishna says, wherever my devotees come together and discuss my glories, Krishna Katha, they chant my holy name. I am present there. So, we feel Krishna's presence through our heart. We feel that, yes, Krishna is present, because otherwise from where does this inspiration come from, if not from him? In the form of holy name. So therefore, while reading the shloka, again and again and again, I was thinking, do I want to be a Buddha? No, I don't want to be Buddha. So therefore, I try to take any and every opportunity to be engaged in devotional service, bhajati. Take any opportunity to surrender. And the best way to surrender is an association of Vaishnavas. Yes, because they are so kind, so soft-hearted, because they themselves are busy with devotional service and they are kindly engaging everyone in devotional service. This way pleasing Spiritual Master and Lord Shri Krishna. So therefore, Krishna tells Arjuna, you know what, my dear friend, now Arjuna, you are acting as my devotee. So just listen. Just listen. If you take serious and have no doubts that I am Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we see that Arjuna, he saw universal form of the Lord. Oh, he was shocked. He was perplexed. Wow, what a grand form of the Lord. He never expected that Krishna can look like that. Wow, furious and grand and so fierce. And he saw how everyone in the battlefield, we are just being crushed by the teeth of time. And he said, Krishna, Krishna, please, please go back to your original two-hand form, because that pleases my heart. So, therefore, by reading again and again and again Bhagavad Gita, by swimming in the ocean of nectarian realizations of Bhagavad Gita, our doubts should be washed away, cleared. Yes. Because doubt is what is the doubt? The doubt is like a spot on your cloth. Yeah? All of you nice devotees came with nice, clean cloth, dressed nicely and clean. Yeah? We don't walk with a dirty, spotted cloth. But the doubt is the spot on our character, is a spot on our intelligence. And spot usually, like if it may stink, it may be a dirt spot, yeah. So it looks very bad. So same thing, like we clean our dress regularly, iron and clean. Same thing, we have to clean our intelligence. And what is the best way to clean our intelligence? Krishna Katha. Yes. Read and discuss. Then your intelligence becomes strong. Because then you have what to remember, smarana. Yesterday I just gave a class, internet class, to Hawaiian devotees. Because they're in such a remote place, nobody goes there often. They are not spoiled with the visits of some preachers. So they organize internet classes so that some devotees giving class on internet, the local devotees there could take advantage still of regular classes of Bhagavatam. And we were reading from the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter, where Uddhava, being asked by Vidura, Mahatma Vidura, about well-being of the Yadu dynasty, about Lord Krishna, Uddhava almost got a heart attack, because Lord Krishna was already by that time gone back to his abode. And Uddhava was experiencing deep feeling of separation. He was living like with a broken heart. And when Vidura asked, Uddhava, Shri Uddhava, he just fell in the ocean of separation and became morose. And then he started remembering, contemplating and remembering and listing different pastimes of the Lord. So sweet that Shri Uddhava, although had personal association with Lord Shri Krishna, and Lord Shri Krishna was so much attracted, attached to Shri Uddhava, calling him as good as himself. Because 11th canto of Bhagavatam, there is a part of it which is called Uddhava Gita, even deeper instructions for the instructions that he gave to Arjuna. But Shri Uddhava considers himself most unfortunate. And Srila Prabhupada nicely gives purport saying that this is the bhav of a devotee having no doubts in Krishna. That even having the personal association of Lord Shri Krishna, a devotee considers himself most unfortunate. Because Radharani, even in the presence of Lord Shri Krishna, how she was feeling? Separation. It's more intense. It's more intense feeling of separation. So from our point of view, we may think that Shri Uddhava is so fortunate. Yes, he had personal association with Lord Shri Krishna. But in his prayers he said, how unfortunate I am. Because in his presence, I was not fully conscious of his personality. And he gives one very interesting example, saying that similarly like fish cannot fully appreciate the full moon. Yeah? Fish in the ocean may look into the sky through the water and think, what's shining out there? Maybe it's another fish, shining fish. Yeah. So he says, similarly, conditioned soul may read about Krishna, may hear about Krishna, and may chant, but still fully not be aware and conscious of his position. So even Shri Uddhava says, how unfortunate I am. Same as, even more than a fish which cannot appreciate the moon in the sky fully. Yeah? Having doubts, speculates. What's this shining thing above my head? Maybe it's another fish. So same thing, conditioned soul reading about Krishna thinks, yes, most probably he's just another historical personage. Extraordinary, yes. great. So Shri Uddhava calls those type of considerations and people, personalities, most unfortunate. And actually, who can fully appreciate the supremacy of the Lord Shri Krishna? Who? It's never ending. Like even Shri Ananta Shesha Naga, from time immemorial, with his innumerable mouths, is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead by chanting his holy names and never repeating the same name again. Well, I can't imagine how it can, from time immemorial, never repeating same name. So, how many names does he have?
Unlimited.
Yes, unlimited. But my mind is limited. How can I imagine something which is unlimited? So this is our conditioning. These are the source of our doubts. Krishna is supreme. Well. What does it mean? So therefore, because we can't appreciate him fully, we have doubts. And because we have doubts, we are mudas. And Krishna says to Arjuna that the intelligence of the doubting person is many-branched. Yeah? The Maya steals from us our attention. Sometimes dragging to one side, another side, to one thing, another thing, one duty, another duty, one routine activity, another routine activity. So therefore, we don't experience such an intense enthusiasm to serve him. So what to do? Like Sri Uddhava says, oh, what unfortunate I am. What unfortunate we are. What to do? It's very clear. We have to surrender to Krishna, but not to our doubts. The doubts are there. And this is the nature of weak intelligence. Yes? In the beginning, there is always doubts. But at some point, we have to fight our doubts over. And how? The process is very natural. Hearing and chanting and remembering. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. So therefore, Sri Uddhava says, oh, I am so unfortunate. But what he does, the all second chapter of the third canto of Bhagavatam is listing the main pastimes, leelas of Lord Shri Krishna. So Sri Uddhava just fell into the ocean of Smaranam and remembers, oh, Krishna did that, Krishna behaved that, Krishna said that. And he's just like remembering the pastimes of the Lord. So, of course, that shows that his intelligence is not many-branched, is one-pointed. Yeah? Just Krishna. Just Krishna. So then, the mind, in the mood of separation, serves the purpose. Yes? Because the feeling of separation is very intense. It's painfully intense. But when it serves the purpose, it's called a bliss. It's called bhav. Yeah? It's blissful mood, it's bhav. So how to reach this level? Just regularly. Like Sri Uddhava, from the very childhood, what he is playing. He was playing always in his thoughts of the pastimes of the Lord. He was enacting them. He was always contemplating. So same thing, more programs we have, more chanting we have, we strengthen our intelligence. And memory, as we spoke with Pankaji on the way, memory is the muscle of an intelligence. So it's just a question of who is stronger, your mind or intelligence. If you train, if you practice, if you train your intelligence by regular chanting, hearing, remembering, your muscle of your memory, your muscle, becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. Same thing, to keep your body fit, you have to exercise, yeah, regularly, little bit, how much, but you have to. That keeps your body fit. Same thing, we have to train and regularly practice, give exercise to our intelligence by reading, by hearing, by chanting. Then we are strong and fit intellectually. And that means that there is always something to remember about Krishna. What does it mean? That doubts are stepping away. Because if we don't have much to remember about Krishna, about Guru, about our service, that means our intelligence is weak. And then we struggle to chant our rounds, we struggle to regularly read from the Bhagavad Gita, and then we think, oh, this Krishna consciousness is not for me. So this is a victim of the mind. Hare Krishna.
The Aarti is at 8 o'clock.
Yes? It's the time, yeah? So, yes, let's do it. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Gaura Premanande. Thank you very much. Subhadra ki Jai. Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Bharati Swarupa Caitanya Gaura Chande Bharati Swarupa Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande
Bye.
Krishna Hare Swami Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Namacharya Srila Dastakar ki jai, Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinacha Makanda Radha Kundi Vardhan ki jai, Yamuna Maya ki, Gangamaya ki, Shri Maya Purdam ki, Shri Namdam ki, Shri Jagannath Puridam ki, Shri Dwaragdam ki, Shri Tulasde Marani ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Gaur Premanande, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki, all glories to all Sambhava devotees, all glories to all the Sambhava devotees, all glories to all the Sambhava devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande.
Namaste Narasimhayo.
Namaste Narasimhayo.
Namaste Narasimhayo.
Namaste Narasimhayo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So on behalf of ISKCON Scarborough, I'd like to warmly welcome each one of you to this Friday evening program. Today is 15th of May 2015. We are very, very honored to welcome His Holiness Bhakti Swarupa Caitanya Swami to ISKCON Scarborough. Some of you may recall that Maharaj was formerly His Grace Ananda Chaitanya Das Prabhu, and Maharaj has been visiting ISKCON Scarborough from the year 2012, and Maharaj also was part of this wonderful Harinam Sankirtan boat cruise in the year 2012. And every time Maharaj comes to GTA area, Maharaj never fails to attend the live radio program. It's always a smashing it whenever Maharaj comes to the radio station, and tomorrow is not an exception either. Tomorrow the topic is going to be karma and reincarnation. So it's a very, very hot topic. Everybody's got questions in this. So tomorrow all your questions will be answered by Maharaj. It's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Geetavani radio station. You don't need to have a radio set to hear this message. All you have to do is log on to www.geetavani.com. If you're unsure about the spelling, just go to Google and then type in Geetavani, and then the website will come. So you can listen to this live radio program tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. A little bit more about Maharaj. Maharaj joined ISKCON in the year 1979, and from 1984 to 1989, Maharaj printed and distributed Srila Prabhupada's books underground in Russian language. Maharaj also served as the temple president in the first temple in former USSR, Kaunas city. He also served as the regional secretary for Volga and West Siberia regions in Russia. In 1998, since 1998, Maharaj has visited many countries like Germany, Canada, United States, Switzerland, South Africa, and the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. And the wonderful news is that on February 21st, 2015, just few months earlier, 3 months ago, Maharaj took sannyas initiation in Mayapur from His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami. So it's an honor to welcome Maharaj to ISKCON Scarborough again. And it was an inspiring class by Maharaj today on this wonderful verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 19, on how we should have faith. Hare Krishna. Upcoming program, Next Friday, we are very fortunate to have the Association of His Grace Ekalavya Das Prabhu at ISKCON Scarborough. And Prabhu will also be joining us for the live radio program next Saturday. And the topic of that radio program with Ekalavya Prabhu is the art, science and practice of Kirtan Yoga. So again, you can log on to www.ISKCON Scarborough to hear these wonderful messages. Upcoming programs, June 4th, which is a Thursday, we've been making this announcement. Please make that mandatory fixture in your calendar. We would like to have all your association here, your family, your friends. June 4th, which is a Thursday. So we have programs only on Fridays and Sundays and 4th Saturday of every month. But this is a very, very special program on a Thursday. June 4th, Thursday, the program starts at 6:45 p.m. And this wonderful Temple of Vedic Planetarium, exalted Vaishnavas will be here at ISKCON Scarborough. And June 6th and 7th, we have this Unionville Festival. So we have two of our young Vaishnavas who will be spearheading this preparation for this wonderful festival. So in a minute, we'll invite Santosh Prabhu and Rishi Prabhu to come forward and explain a little bit more about this program, if it's okay. And one last announcement before I hand over the mic to them. July 18th and 19th is the 43rd annual Rath Yatra organized by ISKCON Toronto. So the Saturday and Sunday, July 18th and 19th, there were so many uncertainties whether it's going to be held in the month of July or it's going to be pulled ahead to the month of June or pushed out to August because of the Pan Am Games. But everything has been worked out well, so it's almost at the same time like we have every year, which is July 18th and 19th. We'll be going to Centre Island, and many of our devotees have already started collecting funds as well for this wonderful 43rd annual Rath Yatra. And also for those of you who have been volunteering in the previous years in various capacities, please give your names if you would like to volunteer for any of the activities during this 43rd annual Rath Yatra. So please see one of us and give your names. Or if you go to ISKCON Toronto, please see Hanuman Das Prabhu and give your name. So it was a personal request that Prabhu wanted this to be announced in our temple as well, because many of you will be keen on volunteering for this wonderful event. So the opportunities are there. Please see one of us, or please see Hanuman Das Prabhu or Keshav Prabhu at ISKCON Toronto. Hare Krishna. So now the Prabhus will explain about the upcoming Unionville Festival.
Hare Krishna. So we've been making this announcement since the past few weeks regarding the Unionville Festival, which is going to happen July 6th and 7th. Sorry, June 6th and 7th. Mistake. So this festival, materially, this festival is just a get-together of the community of Unionville. So where different people from different parts of Unionville, the city of Unionville, getting together. Our motive in this festival is, like Maharaj mentioned today, to have the association of devotees. In order to have association of devotees, it is a must and should that we must go out and preach and make other people devotees or invite them into our temple, so then we can have association of the devotees. And the larger the association of the devotees, the stronger our intelligence gets, and the better we develop in Krishna consciousness. The main activities of this Unionville Festival will be distribution of books, and talking to other devotees, a little bit of Sankirtan and Prasadam as well. There will be lots of services to be done for this festival. Lots of devotees are required to make this festival a success, and this is the first time ISKCON Scarborough is attempting such a task. So services, all the services and the requirements for the program will be given by Rishi Prabhu in a minute. But we would also like to seek blessings from Maharaj today for guiding us through this festival, and Srila Prabhupada as well. So I'll pass over to Rishi for the rest of the details of the program.
Hare Krishna. Last time we announced the festival, we had numerous devotees provide their names. So now we're at a point where we can assign tasks to devotees. There are many tasks ranging from receiving prasadam to delivering prasadam to for volunteers at the festival, as well as for participating in the book distribution. There are many services that are available during the festival, before the festival, and after the festival. Anyone who is still interested and who still has the availability for June 6th and 7th, please do contact us, and we will certainly follow up on the tasks that are still available and which tasks you'll be available to perform for those 2 days. The festival begins at 11 o'clock, but we as volunteers will arrive just before 10 o'clock. On the first day we'll arrive much earlier, and then it ends at 5 p.m. and still there'll be some cleaning and other services that are required. So there will be a lot of different aspects that are prevalent throughout the whole day, and if if you're interested, we can provide more information. So that's a gist. We can come during Prasadam time and get maybe your names and what activities you would like to participate in. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
I know you're available. Where?
So this is around Main Street, and you know where the Union the main core is?
Yes.
So we would have different tents along various streets on Unionville. We haven't received the exact tent. Highway 7 and Main Street is the area. Yeah. We will provide more information on the website and through email as it gets closer to the date.
Expecting around 20-25,000 people.
So yeah, as Prabhu mentioned, there'll be about 20-25,000 non-devotees will be here. So this is a great opportunity for us to distribute Bhagavad Gita and other nectarian books of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada there. So please see one of them or both of them to give your names to volunteer for this wonderful activity. So this is the first time that ISKCON Scarborough will be taking part in this event, and we wanted to just feel the waters this time, and then we want to make this a permanent fixture going forward. Hare Krishna. Thank you. And one last announcement is that some of you would have seen some of the upgrades that has been taking place in our temple, the carpet and many other not so conspicuous changes that has been taking place. Another important significant change that is going to take place in the next few months is that there's going to be a wonderful new altar that will be coming to ISKCON Scarborough. So this has been made to order. It's coming from Malaysia, and we haven't ventured into that level yet, but this altar is magnificent. It's going to cost about $14,000, and the good news is we've already collected more than 60% of the cost for this. And as you know, the Lordship will be giving darshan from the new wonderful altar. So it's our opportunity here to contribute in any way that you can. So please see Yogan Prabhu or Nitya Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Another opportunity to purify our hearts and dive into the ocean of nectar of the holy name. So please prepare your beads. Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare